Here's something that I want to talk about, right? So, 1937, the Ohio River flooded, and above it is this picture of like the world's highest standard. I'll flip it, right? Highest standard of living. But what it says is that health and wealth are the American dream, but the circumstances of race make that dream unattainable for many. A healthy, and white family advertised quality, right? The quality of the American way of life in 1937, but below the billboard of African Americans displaced by the flooding Ohio River wait in line for relief. The juxtaposition of wealth and want still resonates today. So if we go back over here, here's a problem that I have. A lot of people, I think historically, our government, our society has told people, you you can't be you can't have equality or equity. You can't have what is the word? And what is it? Basically, you can't be sovereign unto yourself, right? Anonymity and autonomy. That's the word, right? You can't have autonomy, right? Other people have that and have tasted freedom, and a lot of times our culture is judged because we don't. We actually have to wait in line in hopes that the government helps us. The reason why I am not a Democrat, grew up a Democrat, but not a Democrat, and wholeheartedly, I wouldn't say even a Republican, but a libertarian, is because I believe liberty is the absence of oppression. But I feel like a lot of times, politically, the Democrats historically have kept us in oppression. If we subscribe to them. And I'm not, I love my people, and I'm not saying that but a lot of times we get put in places where we have to wait for the government to help us instead of having and wanting and obtaining sovereignty and autonomy for ourselves. We wait for other people, and then there's this carrot dangled above us about what we should be attaining for, and we're judged on it, and we actually never get there. That's not my dream. Good for them. Not my dream. But this is also, I do not want this to be my life. A friend said this to me. Some people believe freedom is what the government can give you. And this person said, I believe true freedom is not needing the government at all. So that wholeheartedly is my hope. I have a huge Native American family, and I don't look at African American as like a conglomerate of America, so to speak. I mean, it is, but I look at it as I think we should be a tribe unto ourselves and our own sovereignty and our own land and our own government. And do Native American people live in others? Absolutely. Right? And are there interracial relationships and are there American, Native American? Absolutely. All that's beautiful. But I believe like true sovereignty, I just, from the background of knowing now reservations aren't the say all be all, and there's many things to address there. And that's not a reflection of the Native American culture. That's really a reflection of continual monitoring and genocide, right? But on the conversation of sovereignty, the reason that I am a libertarian and not a Democrat is because I believe we as a people need to be sovereign and not wait on the government. Not wait on the government. And a lot of times when I think of the conversations that Malcolm X had, or W.E.B. Du Bois or Martin Luther King have, it was sovereignty. And even at times waiting for the government to respond. So for me, I just feel like whatever gives us sovereignty is awesome, but we shouldn't be discounting our time and our talents and our innovations to make other people, to recycle white supremacy. That's recycle oppression. And I think the conversation of Democrats aren't having that conversation for us. Other cultures, other microgroups, other subcultures totally benefit from having and being part of and being recycled into the democratic factory, so to speak, the political factory. But I feel like us as black people in America, the Democrat Republican, context is actually just a trap. It's just what side of the cage do you feel more comfortable on? And then as long as we attack each other and tell somebody who's on the other side of the cage, it'd be like it being in a slave ship and telling people who lived at the bottom of the slave ship they're not really black people, they're not really Africans. Nah, nigga, we all in this slave ship together. But the dudes upstairs eating steaks that they stole from our land is benefit from us fighting each other. So if anybody goes, oh, if you don't vote Democrat, you're not black. Well, our oppressors tell us that, and they say that. I.e., Joe Biden has said that. The sad thing is, Joe Biden says stuff that Democrats believe. Joe Biden also says stuff that Republicans believe, like that the culture believes, and is a reflection of the culture. And so, again, a lot of people believe I'm a Republican or a Democrat. I try to be unapologetically black with a native mindset of sovereignty. I think we need sovereignty. And I don't believe I believe Republicans are willing to give you some sovereignty, but no. I believe the Republicans are willing to give you some sovereignty, but no agency. And I believe the Democrats are willing to give you agency, but at a cost to your sovereignty. And I'm saying both are not a discussion. That's why I'm a libertarian. Oh, let's see what this is. Percentage of adults with asthma. Okay, all this. Well, and this is health. So recently they did some dudes, just a social experiment where that blind dude was a black blind dude, a white blind dude walking down the street, and he just grabbed somebody's hand. White blind dude walking down the street, grabbed somebody's arm, and they helped him. Little startled, but they helped him. But then a black dude did the same thing, and people acted like this dude gave them the plague. They like wiped their hands off and got away and like stood away from him like he had corona the day it dropped, right? And it just shows you how race impacts your health, and so does this as well. So